Hi Aquarius, and welcome to your relationship profile reading, where I will be telling you what occurred between you and your partner in the past, present, and future. So in this reading, you will be getting 3 spreads. I've already shuffled and displayed the cards for you guys. Just for time's sake, I want this video to be short, sweet, and right to the point. So as you can see, the top 3 cards represents your past, what occurred between you and your lover in the past, and the bottom 3 cards represents what is happening currently. And once we're done talking about your past and present, I will show you your future spread and we can talk about the outcome of this relationship or love connection. So looking at your past spread, you do have the Hangman, the King of Wands, and the Hierophant. So as I look at this Hangman here, the only word that I was getting was stagnation. It seems like in the past you were unable to really take action in this connection. And perhaps that was because you didn't really get the clarity that you needed. It could also be because of your perspective. If you'll notice this Hangman position, he is upside down. So it means that your perspective of this connection, whatever that was being shown to you, was not the full picture. There was still some information that was being hidden from you. So you were unable to really make a clear decision. Notice how he's hung upside down. So from his view, everything, just like his position, whatever he is seeing from his angle, from his view, isn't correct. Everything's upside down. The Hangman is also tied up, which represents a lack of action. I'm even seeing that for some of you Aquariuses, it wasn't necessarily that you didn't know what to do, but it was that you couldn't take the appropriate action because of your partner, because you and your partner were not on the same page, or your partner, wasn't very clear to you about what he or she wanted from this connection. So even if you wanted to take action, you wanted to fulfill a relationship, perhaps you couldn't necessarily do that because your partner didn't want the same thing that you wanted, or they just didn't know what they wanted, period. That's just what I was saying for the majority of you. But yeah, back to this stagnation, I'm seeing that there was just so much lack of clarity between you and your partner. And it's so interesting because I can only imagine how unsettling you felt by being in this connection with someone where you couldn't ever tell how they truly felt for you. I'm seeing that you were dealing with someone who was very spontaneous, someone who was very unreliable, someone who you just couldn't really pinpoint, how they felt about you. It's like one day things would go great, and then the next day they're telling you about how they need space, or how they're indecisive and they are unsure of you. They were just all over the place. Simply what I'm saying is there was a lack of stability in this connection. And so that caused you to be, yes, insecure, because you never knew what was coming up with this person. You never knew what their next move would be. So for some of you guys, you even felt a little bit of insecurity because you didn't feel secure. Your position in their life didn't feel secure. It's like one day y'all were together, the next day you could, be out of their life. Next, you have the King of Wands. Now, I had to clarify the King of Wands because it's really a symbolic card. If you'll notice here, this is a king, and although he is a king, he is someone of power. If you'll really observe this card, you'll notice how he doesn't really look confident. like how a king usually would. He is not even like relaxed. I mean, he's sitting on his throne and he doesn't look comfortable. He's not leaning back and relaxing. He looks like he's intensely watching something, he's observing something. He even has like a little bit of a scowl on his face, and he's holding onto this wand. Now, always whenever I see wand, I see wands as a defense mechanism. So this could be someone who is angry. This could be someone who is very cutthroat with their communication or their actions. But basically, wands represents an individual who feels defensive. And so their actions stems from their defensiveness. So if they're cutting with their words, or even physically, if they're angry, it stems from them wanting to protect themselves. That's just how they defend who they are. And so when I asked for clarity on this King of Wands, the Five of Cups came out. This is an individual who is mourning. And by the way, this is your energy. For the past, I'm only picking up on your energy. Typically in relationship profile readings, I pick up on two energies, but we still have your present and future, and hopefully I'll be able to pick up on their energy. But for this past, I'm only seeing you and I'm only hearing about you. So perhaps in the past, this situation affected you more than it affected your partner, which is why your energy is coming out stronger. But with this Five of Cups, excuse me, with this Five of Cups clarifying this King of Wands, this defensiveness from you stemmed from you being very disappointed, being heartbroken. Crying over spilled milk is how I see this Five of Cups, because if you'll look, this gentleman here, he's wearing all black, he's mourning a loss, and his three cups have fallen over, it's spilled out. But if he could just pick up his head and stop crying over spilled milk, he'll notice that behind him there are two cups. There are other opportunities. It may feel like it's the end of the world, excuse me. It may feel like it's the end of the world because he has lost these cups. But right behind him, these two cups that are standing up represents, hey, it's not the end of the world. There are, other opportunities and potential with other people. If one relationship doesn't work out, it doesn't mean that, you should give up on love. Another clarity card that came out was the Six of Cups. Six of Cups almost always represents someone who is reminiscing of the past, someone who is wanting to reunite with someone from their past. And this is just double confirmation because, like I said, you were, because this is your past, you were quite defensive. And next, you even have the Five of Cups, disappointment, mourning a loss. And with the Six of Cups here, you were disappointed because you were wanting to perhaps reconcile with the same person from your past who, unfortunately, you were unable to really take the action that you wanted with them. Next, you have the Hierophant. So the Hierophant is really a very clear card. The Hierophant is an individual who has excellent judgment skills, so much to the point where people would go to the Hierophant for advice just because they're so wise and experienced. And so what I got from this Hierophant is, for a lot of you Aquariuses, what I was getting was, there you have a very there's something about your character. There's something about your traits that you have. One of your very good traits is actually your ability to gain wisdom. For a lot of you guys, it's just how you think. It doesn't matter how old you are. You're just naturally a very intelligent and very wise person. Some of you guys, I'm even seeing that your friends and family come to you for advice just because you're naturally wise. And so when you find yourself in situations like this, you already have the characteristics to get out of this situation. You already have the wisdom to give yourself the advice that you would usually give to other people. You have that within you. So with this Hierophant card here, it's sort of like in the past, you were in a sticky, a really stagnant situation, and you almost forgot that you have everything that you need within you to help you get out of this situation. Because I'm strongly seeing that typically people go to you for advice. You probably have your friends, like I said, friends, relatives who like to come to you, for advice, come to you about their personal life and personal issues. So in the past, you almost forgot that you yourself are a natural therapist. You yourself are a natural healer. Next, you have your present spread. You have the Empress card, the Eight of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles. So let me just push these cards up here since we're done talking about it. So in your present spread, you have the Empress, the Eight of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles. Currently, I'm seeing a lot of balance within yourself. Things may not be going as you would like it to go in your love life, but that doesn't mean that things are not going well in other areas of your life. If things are not going well in your love life, perhaps things are going well in your friendships, family bonds, finances, career, academics. Things could be going well in other aspects of your life. It doesn't only have to be in your love life. But with this Empress card here, the Empress is such an amazing energy to have because the Empress is an individual who really knows herself inside and out. Now, my spread is not gender specific, but it is talking about the Empress who has a feminine energy, and a person with the Empress energy, they know themselves inside and out. And so they do not allow anybody to come and tell them about themselves or come to tell them something that will make them feel less of themselves, because the Empress knows her strengths and her weaknesses, and she's okay with that because she knows that she's not perfect and she knows how to work with both her strengths and weaknesses. The Empress is very content with who she is. The Empress is also very powerful, but she doesn't have to be aggressive in order to show her power. Her power shows in the way she carries herself. Her power shows it's like in her aura. So it's an amazing energy to embody. And the Empress, I always see the Empress as a person who is well balanced, but also a person who is very independent. Even if you are connected to someone, it is still important to still have your sense of individuality. And that's just who the Empress is. So currently, despite what happened in the past, currently for the majority of you guys, you are quite content. Even if things are not going 100% perfectly, you are still content. You are still able to work on yourself, continue your life. Even if you're not necessarily with the person who you want to be, life still goes on. Next, you have this Eight of Wands with the Page of Pentacles. Now, this is where the good stuff comes in, and I'm so excited because this Eight of Wands here, I got the word release. I would like to show you guys the Ten of Wands because although it did not come out for you, I feel like the Ten of Wands pairs perfectly with the Eight of Wands. If I can just find it, it goes perfectly with the Eight of Wands. There we go. So like I was saying, the Ten of Wands didn't come out, but I always like to make this example. The Ten of Wands is typically someone who feels very burdened. Perhaps there's been a reoccurring problem in their life and they are unable to solve it, and so they've been carrying this weight on their shoulder. And with this Eight of Wands here, it's almost like a person who has been so stressed out and burdened over a situation, and they finally gain the strength to just release all that burden, all that stress. And it's like they finally have this realization that they don't have to stay in an unhappy situation. That's just how I'm seeing this Eight of Wands for you. A release, freedom, no longer accepting less than what you deserve, finally realizing that you're not stuck and you don't have to feel stuck. Eight of Wands, release. And it makes sense because, like I said, with this Empress, you are okay. Even if things didn't go as you would like them to go in the past, you still have your independence where you're able to still exist and continue your life even without being with someone, which is an excellent thing to have. It's very important to never lose your sense of independence, because when you are too codependent on someone, what will happen when they do leave? You understand? So this Empress, and I'm even hearing that some of you guys never even realize that with time you were healing. Things don't hurt as much as they used to in the past. Gradually and due to time, you're slowly moving on from this chaotic past. And so it makes sense that after your independence, individuality, continuing your life with this Eight of Wands, you're slowly, even if you're not realizing it, the hurt, it's like the pain from the past, it doesn't hurt as much as it used to. Even if it's still there, it's not as painful as it once used to be. And that's just because you're slowly releasing those burdens from the past. Next, you have the Page of Pentacles. You guys, someone new is coming in your life, and since this is your present spread, now remember that you have 3 cards that represents your past, present, and future. And so for some of you, all of these cards are not going to occur at the same time. This Page of Pentacles is at the end of your present spread. It ends your present reading and sort of leads into your future. So if it hasn't happened, it will very soon, but there's someone new or someone else in your environment who will be, if they haven't already, offered you something. And this is so beautiful because this is a pentacle. And I always say the biggest difference between when a person offers you a pentacle versus when they offer you a cup is that a pentacle is actually guaranteed abundance, guaranteed success. In love readings, when a person offers you a pentacle, they're offering you something very serious. Whereas if a person is offering you a cup, yes, it can be a good offer, but you have to be careful with cups because cups are just potential. Cups are just offers, and you don't really know what is inside of that cup. It could be false hope that they're offering you, broken promises that they're offering you. You just never know. But with a pentacle, it's actually something that's, a serious offer. And so someone new is certainly in your environment. And if you're not, maybe you're not really being aware of them, you're not focusing on them, or very soon someone new will be coming in. But whatever the case is, I want you to know that you will be getting a new chance at love, and it's going to be something that's very serious, because I'm seeing in the past you were dealing with someone who was very indecisive about you. And this is so beautiful, this page of pentacles. I'm so excited. I'm very excited for you guys. You guys keep me updated. So I'm just going to show you your future. So for your future spread, you have the Temperance, Seven of Wands, and the Ten of Pentacles. So like I was saying, this is a new chance at at love, at something that's actually serious, a commitment that's actually serious. With this Temperance card here, this is balance and harmony. And isn't it so interesting that you actually just got the Empress card? And I remember I said the Empress is really a person who is individually balanced. She knows who she is. She knows herself inside and out. So because she knows who she is, she knows her worth. And with this Temperance card here, you're going to meet someone who will meet you halfway, someone who will be on the same level as you, someone who will be very similar to you when it comes to having independence, individuality, having inner happiness, inner contentment, inner balance. It's going to be so beautiful, because this Temperance card here is sort of saying, I pour some in your cup, you pour some in mine. It's balance, it's harmony, it's a mutual feeling between two people. That's how come you see this angel here. She's pouring the cups into each other. Next, you have the Seven of Wands with the Ten of Pentacles. The Seven of Wands is just telling me that whatever the obstacle may be, the new person who's going to be coming into your life will be so passionate to overcome the obstacles with you. Even if the obstacle stems from your side and not theirs, they're still going to be so passionate about the connection, where they're going to take on the problem, take on the issue as if it's theirs, even though it's yours, because they're going to be so passionate to want to overcome whatever it is. So like I keep on saying, you're going to meet someone who will feel the same way about you, not like in your past relationships where you were more passionate than they were. No, this person, I'm telling you, it's kind of like meeting your other half, because the same characteristics that you have, the same strengths that you have, they do also. Next, you have the Ten of Pentacles. This is an overload of potential, an overload of abundance. So honestly, there's no reason for it to not work out between you and this new person who will be coming into your life. I'm sorry, I am already a fan of you guys, but there's no reason, because you have someone who is willing to work with you, not just be with you, but work with you, and working together, because a relationship should be 50-50. All right, that's the only way that a connection will not be unrequited love. You need someone who is just as passionate and loves you just as much, so that there will be a give and take. This Ten of Pentacles here, like I said, this is Aquarius, when you meet this person, don't push them away. It doesn't even matter if you push them away, because like I said, they're going to be willing to overcome it with you, overcome the obstacles. I don't know why, but I just feel like whatever the obstacle may be, it's really going to be from your side. Maybe for some of you guys, you're going to feel like it's too good to be true and you're going to play a little bit hard to get, or there's still some toxic habits that you learned from your past that you will try unintentionally, bring into this new connection. But I tell you, your partner will definitely work on that with you. So Aquarius, thank you guys so much for watching. Remember that this is a general reading, so not everything is going to resonate. And even if it does resonate, it doesn't mean that it will apply to or pertain to your own personal situation. If you do want a personal reading from me, you're more than welcome to visit my website. The link is in the description box. I have a variety of readings with a variety of affordable prices. So just go ahead and take a look, and I'll see you guys later.